Well, at least I'm not lazy for this. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. And this always keeps on surprising me. Welcome to episode 13 of the Showerpodcast, the podcast where I'm in my shower and you do you. I'm your host, Chip. And today's topic, maybe it's going to be quite close to most of you. I know for sure it is to me. And the beauty is that, as many of the topics that we share, they have a lot of meanings that, again, they can apply to each and every one of you. So the topic is lazy. Are you being lazy? And what are the moments during your day or in your life or in this period where you feel like you are being lazy? I will get it from my example, and then we'll try to, again, expand a bit and understand maybe how to cure this. Or, I don't want to spoil it, but the end of the episode will try to explain that being lazy, it's not that bad. So, I recently started, craving and ordering out a bit. Not too much. I do it, 3 times a week. But that is, 300% more than I used to do it because, until a few months ago, last year, maybe it was once per week, like if I really wanted to go for it. The thing is that when I get home, either when I trained or when I've done already something that was exhausting, I arrive home and I feel lazy. I don't want to cook. I don't want to do stuff. I just want to get the meal, wait for it, and enjoy it. And this by itself, it's not necessarily bad. It's something that can be absolutely okay. The problem is when this kind of behavior applies to any activity. So I don't know, I just came from work, wasn't necessarily too bad of a day. I'm like, okay, let me order out. I am back home and I want to play 1 hour of a video game, and I say I don't want to use that time to cook, and I'm going to order. And this, again, removes, I think, the crucial part of the reasoning why you might want to order out. You order so that the time that it will require you to cook, to prepare, to clean, you do something else. And I'll give you the example. The other day, I did this. I arrived home and I was like, okay, I can cook, so that wouldn't be a problem. But at the same time, I have some chores to do. I still needed to finish editing the episode. I need to make 2 orders online. I need to check some things on my PC. So I had stuff to do. And therefore, I decided, okay, I'm going to order out. In the time that the food arrives, I'll be done with this and I'll enjoy the meal. And that worked. But in general, I see that we should keep this, this definition of being lazy. We should be a bit more careful with it, because being lazy by itself, it's not that bad. Being lazy when you don't need to, and what I mean by that is that you don't have a good enough alternative activity that is, substituting you being lazy, then it's when you might, have a problem. And I feel like this is something that can be modified and applied based on whatever you do. A very good example, and what gave me this, this kind of reasoning is, I don't know if you might know or know not, or be a fan or whatever, of Jordan Peterson. And I remember that he talked about university. Nowadays, everybody feels like they have to do university. Everybody feels like, if they look around them, everybody has a diploma. And I really liked how he phrased it, and I really stand by that. And not just with university, that was just an example, but in general, with all the activities that you do. So he was saying, if your kid, girl, or whatever, doesn't want to go to university, that's fine. It's not an issue. But will he be able to find a challenging enough activity that would be, relatable to the university? Having a side project, working, whatever it is he able to find and go for an activity that will give him enough trouble and possibility of growth as university? If if the response is yes, absolutely, it's fine. Especially nowadays, like again, maybe, I don't know, 70 years ago or whatever it was. With a diploma, you were guaranteed a lot in life. As of today, it's not really guaranteed. Like if you work in STEM, or again, if you follow let's say an engineering diploma, like I did, you have a bit more luck. I mean, there are a lot of offers on the market, but with other things, it's not guaranteed. So do it only if you have a vision, if you know what you like and you know how to pursue it, if you feel like you can bring any kind of addition to that space. Otherwise, as of today, and again, even if I did it, I can't say for sure that university was my best choice. Did it work out for me? Sure. Was it necessarily the best thing? No. Why? Because I also had other activities in mind, and I would have seen myself pursuing other careers that wouldn't have necessarily, let's say, had the necessity of having a diploma. Now, again, if you want to become a doctor, you don't have that much luck. Like the path is still one, and it also makes sense. Like there are things that are required to go in that direction. But if you are struggling and thinking because that's to go back to let's say to the core of today's topic. When people don't go for university, when people go for something else and they work a lot, or they have a side business or whatever it is, from the outside, people will look at that person. He's being lazy. He doesn't want to study. Whereas they are probably working and putting effort 100 times more than somebody that's in university, studies 2 days before the exam and calls it a day. So again, be careful with labeling yourself lazy, because sometimes being lazy, it's needed. And this is maybe what you should bring home. Be lazy. Have moments in your day where you're lazy, but not just because you don't want to do anything. But make sure that whatever activity you're doing, or even relaxing, is always, let's say, rewarded by something, by gaining time, by resting, by getting advantage with something else. So always strive to be lazy, but with a purpose. So yeah, this was my take on laziness. This was episode 13, and can't wait to record tomorrow's episode, and see you at the next one.